All right, so if you're participating in the Maple Relay, if you don't know what it is, you're already pretty late to the party, but you have to have at least completed the Lotus Prequest, gotten 150 Star Force, or be MVP Bronze to be able to start Maple Relay. It's a little popo face over here, and if you use the UI, which I don't know what button is here, on this one, you'll be able to see up to 3 hours, you'll collect these rewards in a day, and then when you collect these collective amounts, you'll be able to collect those rewards. So those are the rewards that are shown right here. Right here. So this is the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and these together are the tier 4. And then every 4th box in the day also give you reward points and relay. So this should have been a video for like 2 weeks ago, but whatever. So some people who have been doing it are getting to the relay master box. Okay, so there's 2 items in it, but there's really only one. The Dominator Pendant is not an option, okay? It might give you a set bonus, it might be able to be flamed properly, might even have some potential, but it cannot be Star Force Beyond, so it'll never be a candidate for transposing. And it's just in there because it's best in slot in KMS. It can be best in slot for a while for us, but the extra value you get from a fake Zolab item, which is what we call a fake Absolab item, which I'll get to in a second, is just so much higher. You never want to go for the Dominator Pendant here, okay? It's just there's like one situation out of like a million where you might be able to do it, and if you're in that one situation, you know who you are, and you do what you got to do, okay? Which is basically like Demon Avenger main, you hate every other character, you only want to play Demon Avenger, and you need a Dominator Pendant for the 10% HP bonus, okay? The other thing is, or you only play Kana, only ever play Kana, maybe 10% HP can scale a little bit, but those are like wild exceptions. For most people, you get the Absolab weapon. Why do we call it a fake Zolab weapon? Because it comes as 17 stars and has a set potential of, I believe it is 9% damage, 10% critical rate, and 35% boss damage. Which is nice if you're bossing, which is nice early game, but as you can tell, when it comes to mobbing, gives you barely anything in the potential department. On the contrary, it has the high base attack of the Absolab. You can still flame it to get a good boss flame on it. Check ! Flames guide in the chat for like the numbers that you can expect there. And it does come with 17 stars already, which would otherwise cost you a lot of money to get to. So it definitely is a very strong boost. Now, where do you want to get that weapon? That's very important. So for every single character, you can make an assessment on what is going to be the value of this weapon on this character. If you only have 1 or 2 characters that are even eligible, it's a very easy decision, right? One thing I will definitely say is I would not get it on a farming Kana, for the reason of the potential being bad. You cannot give it to Haku. It'll be very bad as a Haku fan. The Haku buff that he gives you will be a large amount of magic attack, but he will gain no potential whatsoever from wearing it as a Haku fan, right? Because all of those potential lines don't do anything. So you're missing out on a lot of percentage magic attack, which would definitely overpower the extra base attack that you get that gets transferred with a Haku buff. So don't use it as a Haku fan. It's very bad at that. I would also not use it if you're a farming character on the Kana because of what I just said. It's because mainly the potential is there to give you more boss damage and bossing utility, and Kana just doesn't need that if you're farming on the Kana. So I feel like that's like your very, very last option. If you absolutely have nobody eligible, I would probably still not give it to a farming Kana. Just give it to any other character so that once that character gets to 160, it gets a huge boost and is able to wear the weapon. One little trick you could also do is you could flame it to get minus level equip, and you could equip it as low as level 125, I think? Maybe even lower than that. And you could be able to like kind of like cheese your way into wearing the Absolab weapon at a super low level, and then later once you get to a higher level you can reflame it for more attack. But that's like that's a pretty sneaky tactics. Yes, so what would be the value on different characters? So the main things that determine what the value is to get a weapon on there is how long are you going to keep it, how much is an upgrade towards what you already have, and how close are you, which kind of ties into the first one, like how long you're going to keep it. Like how close are you to already making an upgrade that is similar or has the capacity of being better. So let's say you're close to getting Abso stuff, but you get them at a slow pace, right? You don't have a dedicated access to the boss drops, for example. And even if you do get them, it's maybe like 1 a week per boss, so it could take you 4, 5, 6 weeks to get all of them. What you could do is say, I get the Absolab weapon. I'm going to go get all the other pieces first because they do combine in the set bonus. and then I'll get the weapon at the very last, because I'll be able to use this weapon to have enough damage, and the set bonuses will carry me through. And for mobbing, I won't have any problem, because Arcane Power and Final Damage are the things that are helping me there. Final Damage from Arcane Power and Final Damage from Boost Notes are helping me there to kill, so I don't need that extra potential on the weapon itself, and I can get carried by the 17 stars and by the piano music, by the 17 stars and by the flame that can get on it. The other thing, the other situation could be like, I'm very far from Absolab, and I just want to power level through and not have to worry about upgrading. You just get it there. Like, it has just a lot of value. If you already have a main character that already has some Absolab, but it's technically weaker than the Fixlab on the moment of getting it, or you have well upgraded Fafnir, I wouldn't get the Absolab weapon there. Instead, I would probably get it on a character that is maybe only level 140 or something now, but that you eventually are trying to get to either level 200 for the rank double S Legion, or for the rank level 3 Link skill. Because then you'll have to do minimal other funding on that character to make the character strong enough to be able to get to that level. Again, for farming, it's not insane, but it's going to be a huge boost in the weapon or magic attack in leveling that character. And then I would prioritize characters that would have high value Link skills and Legion buffs, so you can check !links to find out which one those are. And I would also try to prioritize characters that have low leveling speeds by themselves to increase the value of the weapon. Because the more you make a very bad character enjoyable by being able to kill quickly, the less of a drag it'll be on you. So for that, for example, you can check !classes and then look at which classes have very low leveling speeds, or which ones have wow, I'm blanking. Which classes have properties that you dislike? For example, like high key input or very bad mobility, something like that. Something that would probably make you not like playing the character. Giving them the weapon will allow you to blow through that much faster and be less frustrated with the negativity of the class. To increase your overall enjoyment of the game. That is big value this Absolab box can give you. Now, as a side note, I will say this is just a projection, and I could be completely wrong, but historically, these Maple Relays have come in twos, have come in pairs. And since we are now doing the first 6 weeks of the summer update, and it's clearly cut into 2 portions of 6 weeks, I think there's a greater than 50% chance, but, you know, I could say a 1% chance and I could still be right, but I think there's a significant chance that we get another Maple Relay right after this, which allows you to get another box for another weapon. So take that into account, or don't. That's up to you, how much you trust me in that. I think there's a very good likelihood, but I could be wrong. So take that as you wish. But just to say that, you know, just because you accidentally get it on a character that's not hyper efficient, that's not to say that you will never have another chance of maybe getting another one of those boxes. So TLDR, don't get the Dominator. Get the box for the weapon, get it on a character that can get the most value out of it. However, what is the most value kind of depends on you and your personal situation. If you're already upgraded Fafnir, or you could just read it back. I don't have to recap. You guys have like technology. You can click before in the video. I don't know why I'm doing that. All right. Best of luck. Any questions in the chat or in my Twitch chat or in the YouTube comments, and I'll get back to you ASAP. All right. Good luck. And hope you didn't already get a Dominator pennant. Otherwise, you fucked up. All right.